Hey everyone, it's Senio. Good morning from beautiful Puerto Rico. Just want to say happy 2nd of April. We made it through April 1st. Hopefully nobody had any crazy weird pranks pulled on them. Okay. So check it out. Yesterday I did my video starting my 30-day challenge. And I mentioned something in there that I do want to elaborate on about writing things down. Every mentor, every successful person, every person that knows, how to get what they want, writes things down. They write their goals. So I do this every day, without fail. And I do a few different things. Okay, I write my dreams, like my long-term dreams and goals, my aspiration, my chief aims. And things that are going to probably take a few years to fulfill. Okay. I also will blend that in with some midterm goals and things that will probably take several weeks or months to come into my experience and to receive. And then, of course, as you know, I write my daily goals, what I want to accomplish for today. So that way they're kind of bite-sized chunks that lead to my success. You break things down so that it's not so overwhelming to do. There's another list I want to talk to you about. This is especially good for people who tend to get overwhelmed. They get stressed out. They've got a lot of responsibilities. They've got kids to pick up, soccer practice. They got to buy bread and milk and fill up the tank with gas and change the tires on the car and, cook dinner and, go to work and go, grab the boss coffee, whatever it is. There's just too much to do in one day, it feels like, and that can lead to, stress, being overwhelmed, that sense of not feeling like you're moving forward in life, moving towards something, moving towards your goal. And the pile, the pile just kind of keeps getting higher and higher of things that you have to do, and you feel like you just never get it done because it's just too much. By the end of the day, you're guzzling down a bottle of wine and trying to pass out because you just can't handle it, and that's not good because, the stress of everything, in this world, everything that we got to do, we got responsibilities, got people we got to take care of and so forth, can get overwhelming. This is like all of America and most likely most of the rest of the world. So, I mean, people struggle with this, it's a big thing. And of course, you don't need to be a surgeon to know that, when you're stressed out, when you're in fear all the time because you don't feel like you can accomplish things and you're just, going, full throttle all the time, you get very unproductive. You get, very stressed out, and that kind of stuff, okay, of course, leads to, then you've got confusion, loss of memory, headaches, the stuff goes down to your stomach, so you're like, all of a sudden you got indigestion and acid reflux, and then you'll bust out with colon cancer and, whatever it is, heart palpitations and heart disease and all the other diseases that are going on out there, because your glands are shooting off these hormones that are like, the fight or flight hormones, okay, and the adrenaline, because you're just stressed out, but you're not letting it, actually doing anything to release that stuff. And then your brain's firing off all different directions and all kind of stuff. I mean, so this stuff, you end up getting all kind of stuff. You're just like, I don't know how that happened. That's not in my family. Well, because you're stressing and doing this kind of stuff to your body. And then you feel like crap. And so you go, okay, well, let me change my diet. Let me try to eat some more, leafy greens and eat a little bit healthier and stuff. And that doesn't help. You still end up gaining weight and getting too skinny and fluctuating and stuff like that because all of your little itty bitty cells are just so stressed out. They cannot duplicate and replicate anymore and grow in health. So they're all shrunk down and looking all pitiful. And that doesn't receive all the beautiful nutrients that you're putting into your body, so you still end up, feeling like junk, So this is what happens. You can check that with any doctor. They'll tell you. Okay, but again, you don't have to be a scientist to know this stuff. Okay, so it's a real thing. So I wanted to share with you, some things to combat this And it's seriously super simple as writing just another list. Taking a few minutes to write this down, and it will help you fight off the feeling of being overwhelmed, which leads to stress and fear and all these other kind of things, and craziness. So it's really, really simple. Okay, any child can do it, so it's going to be good for you. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab just a blank piece of paper, piece of white paper. Boom, got my piece of paper. Okay, super simple. You are going to grab a blue pen. Oh, blue pen. Okay, pretty simple stuff. Everybody should have a blue pen. And then a little highlighter. Okay, yellow. That's a good highlighter. And what you're going to simply do is you're going to write down, as opposed to writing down your dreams and your daily goals, the things that you want to accomplish. This is going to be a little bit different. Write down what you have to do, what you feel you have to do. Okay. Write down, those things that they're goals still, they're still goals, but they're kind of your to-do list. What is the things you have to do today, not tomorrow, not next week, next month, next year? Just simply today. What is it that you have to do today? Okay. And then you're going to write that down. You're going to take your handy dandy highlighter and you're going to sit there and think for just a few minutes and go, what do I really have to do? Because what's going on in our brain is that we fill it with so much imaginary stuff, imaginary stresses and imaginary stuff that we feel we have to do. And when we get that from our mind, out of our mind, onto the paper, then we can look and say, oh, you know what? That's not really an absolute thing I have to do today. We still have bread. I don't really have to drive all the way to the store to get another thing of bread. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, you can scratch it off your list. So you take your highlighter and you highlight the things that you absolutely, truly have to do and want to do today. Okay, and then the rest of the stuff you just push to the side, and then you'll look at it and go, oh, I only have 3 things I really actually have to accomplish today. Boom. The overwhelming feeling goes, the stress goes, and you're like, I can do this. And because you change your frame of thought and you change your polarity in your body when you do this, and your vibes and everything and your attitude, guess what? You end up having focus, which gives you energy. And you end up having the energy to actually do everything on that list. You start to get wise. You start to be creative because you're not blocking the flow of grace. You're not blocking the flow of creativity. Okay? You're letting it go and just receiving, energy. And all of a sudden you start getting creative ideas like, oh, you know what? I have to go to this store because I have to change the tires on the car. And guess what? Oh, there's a store right next door to that. While they're changing my tires, I can go and get the bread. Whatever, I'm just spitballing, giving you examples. But all of a sudden you start getting focused and realizing, oh, I can do these things today. And you end up doing more than what you ever thought you could. Why? Because you're eliminating the stress factor. You're eliminating the overwhelmingness. You're changing the rules. Okay, this game of life is your game. Okay, make the rules so that you win. Okay, so if I've got 10 things that I feel like I have to do, and I know that I can end up doing some of these things tomorrow. Not that I'm trying to put it off. It's not procrastination. Okay, you do the things that are required today and let tomorrow worry about itself. Do what you can do today and let tomorrow worry about itself. That's biblical. Okay, so you do the things that you have to do, and you start realizing that, oh wow, I can actually do everything today. Okay, so I hope that helps you. This will combat, being overwhelmed, combat that stress. You're going to notice that your stress level relaxes and calms down. You just have to focus on those few things, and everything else will come into place. So I hope that helps you guys. This might be a good thing for our 30-day challenge. 30 days of doing things in every day to create new habits and to get you to where you want to be in the next month. Okay, so I hope that helps. God bless you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow on the next video. Take care. Bye bye.